When Captain Bligh was set adrift by his mutinous crew of the Bounty, one of the places he first reached in his small skiff was the Azores, a group of islands that make up part of the Republic of Fiji. His first contact with the Fijians was less than hospitable. Two large war canoes sped out from the shore in hot pursuit. They chased Bligh and his men out to sea. Banished to the oceans, Captain Bligh, rejected by his crew, was in turn repelled by the Fijians. If Bligh sailed into Fiji today, he would find exactly the opposite. He would be welcomed with open arms, Herculean handshakes, and genuine smiles that nearly stretch from ear to ear. In fact, it is this marvelous hospitality that has given Fiji the reputation as one of the friendliest and safest countries in the world to visit. So, for the next 20 minutes, sit back in the comfort of your home and enjoy this tour through our Enchanted Islands.
Far, far away is an island where I will be someday. Long for the sound of the sea and a beautiful woman right next to me. I can see my paradise now. Oh, I've just got to get there somehow. To feel the wind through my hair, sun on my face when I'm there. No more lazy days. Here come hazy waves. We go sailing. Oh, we got to sail away. Take me to the island. Take me to that place so far away. Oh, take me to the island. Take me to that dream come true. I'm begging you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, everybody sing a song. Everybody sing a song together.
Fiji is a nation of about 300 islands dotted across 200,000 square miles of ocean. Situated on a subtropical latitude of 15 degrees in the southern hemisphere, Fiji has the enviable beauty of the tropics, but not the unenviable heat of equatorial regions. Probably the first detail that travelers notice about the country is the multiracial makeup of Fiji. During the colonial administration, the British government brought in indentured laborers from India to help with Fiji's fledgling sugar industry. Today, the Indian community make up almost half the population, most being descendants of the original laborers, the rest having immigrated from India to start a new life. The Indians, with their natural flair for trading, have helped build Fiji into one of the strongest economies in the South Pacific. Given the Fijians' natural instincts towards hospitality, the two races enjoy a harmonious relationship, which is the envy of other multiracial countries around the world. The Chinese, the Europeans, even other Pacific Islanders all have communities in Fiji, which make the country diverse in both tradition and cuisine. For most travelers, the first port of call will be Nadi. This is where the international airport is located. The airport itself is modern and efficient, and in no time, you will be through immigration ready to explore the magic of Fiji. Inside the airport is the multi-award-winning duty-free store spread over 2 stories. So, on your departure, take time out to browse through. You may find something you've missed on your travels. Nadi town itself boasts a huge variety of duty-free stores. Everything that the overseas shopper could imagine will be available somewhere in Nadi. From perfume to the latest CD player, or for a memento of the islands, there's a great range of local handicrafts. Nadi also offers the tourist a class of hotels for every traveler's budget. There's a 5-star variety offering every possible convenience, or there's a range of hotels and beach cottages suitably priced offering all amenities with island-style hospitality. But probably the greatest attraction that Nadi has to offer is the chance to explore and spend some time on your own tropical island. Behind me, on those sun-drenched shores and only 5 minutes away by seaplane, lie the Mamanuthas. The Mamanuthas are a group of small islands just off the coast from Nadi. On these islands, many resorts are located ranging from moderate to luxurious. Their isolation provides a genuine South Pacific ambiance. All of the islands cater for different groups, so whether you're a family, a young couple, retired or just single, you'll find a tropical paradise to suit your needs. Beach Island also offers a variety of activities. If you're just a couch potato, then there's hours to be spent soaking up the sun or lazing by the pool. For the more active, there's a whole host of water and land sports to keep you in shape. At least one night on your island, you'll experience the magic of the Fijian feast. Called alovo, this style of cooking is commonplace throughout the South Pacific. Volcanic rock heated by a normal fire are buried into the sand with the food. This acts like an underground oven and gives the lovo food a mild smoked flavor. Chicken, fish, and even whole pigs can be cooked this way. They're served with a host of local vegetables, and the results are
absolutely delicious. It's very good, very different, wonderful. Everything's very fresh and from around here, and because we got shown where everything was cooked before we came here, it's very interesting.
Getting to your island is easy. All the islands offer transfers by boat or seaplane. Even Fiji's 2 domestic airlines fly to most of the islands. And even if you just want to visit, there are cruise ships available to take you to a variety of islands, which you can do in a day. If you like cruising, you must try Fiji's famous Blue Lagoon cruises. These luxurious ships explore the remote outer islands of the Asawa Group. This area is one of the most picturesque in the world, a rare opportunity indeed to see the last paradise on Earth. These ships offer all the comforts of an ocean liner. Unlike Captain Bligh, you certainly won't be chased away, but more likely to be taken in by the Fijian islanders as one of the family. For many people, most of their vacation will be spent on this side of the island. But if you have the time, there's a wealth of other areas to explore. As we move down the coast heading towards the eastern side of the main island of Vitilevu, we come to the Coral Coast. Many hotels have set up here to take advantage of the palm-fringed white sanded beaches. The range of hotels is enough to satisfy any discerning traveler. You can choose between 5-star accommodation at the large resorts, or you can do it island style. There are a number of small resorts which offer your own beach villa, or as we call them in Fijian, ambure. Ambure is the traditional house used by Fijians for centuries. Built of bamboo and vesi wood and thatched with coconut fronds, the style has been adopted by many resorts, and it has all the luxuries you'd expect to find in a hotel room. Staying in Ambure is a wonderful experience, and it's recommended to fulfill your island holiday. As with Nandi, there are all the activities you can imagine at the Coral Coast. And if your hotel doesn't have a particular sport that you want, it isn't a problem. The close proximity of the resorts on the Coral Coast means you can just pop down the road to another resort and join in the fun there. Your own hotel may even organize it for you. All the resorts have an open door policy, and resort hopping is a favorite pastime for tourists. Not far off the Coral Coast lies the magical island of Vatulele. This exclusive island resort offers some of the most luxurious island accommodation in Fiji. A private paradise in the South Seas to enjoy and relax on. There are no day trips allowed to the island, but if you're serious about coming here, check your travel agent before you leave home. As we move further east away from the Coral Coast, there's a venue to see that should be on every visitor's itinerary. I'm standing outside Fiji's National Cultural Center, a living history of Fiji's traditions and culture. At this place, you can learn all about Fiji's colorful history and civilization. The Cultural Center is not a museum of static displays behind glass boxes, but a living, breathing presentation, all skillfully performed on various aspects of our culture. Here, you can step back in time and watch reenactments from our warrior past,
sa sulebe ko na kaukawa. Wata kay na mana merani ko pesawe na bosa tabanga ko binakaka. Wala ko katukuni bitiani. Wala ko.
Or watch a mecca in which you can see our traditional dances. Learn how our handicrafts are made by watching our talented craftsmen and women. Or take part in a traditional Yangona ceremony, one of the famous Fijian customs. Yangona is a customary Fijian drink that we use a lot in our ceremonies. Whether it's for a high chief or just a visiting relative, Yangona ceremonies take place in one form or another every day in Fiji. To be invited to a Yangona ceremony is another way of our people showing you their hand of friendship. So if someone asks you, you definitely should try a cup. Now, the taste may take some getting used to, but the experience makes the visitor feel a warmth and acceptance amongst complete strangers that is normally associated with close family and friends. Our next port of call is the capital of Fiji, the city of Suva. This bustling city is the business center of Fiji. It's always worth a visit to Suva if you're traveling in Fiji. Suva has all the trappings of a modern city, yet still retains its colonial charm with many fine examples of architecture still in use from the turn of the century. Like Nandi, Suva is a shopper's delight with many duty-free stores offering everything from clothes to videos. Suva, with its multiracial society, makes dining out a delight. Here you can choose from Indian food, Chinese cuisine, European and even Japanese nourishments. If by now you've grown fond of Fijian foods, there are some establishments that cater for the Fijian palate. For entertainment, Suva boasts a number of nightclubs and discos, all of which are guaranteed to keep you entertained well into the wee hours of the night. There are local bands which play a variety of styles which include jazz, reggae and rock and roll. Historically, Suva has a unique past. It was the capital of Fiji, built by the British colonial government, and today it still retains that old world charm. The old governor's residence is probably the best example of colonial architecture in the region. Today, it's the residence of Fiji's president since the country became a republic in 1987. A visit to the Suva Museum is well worth the trip. There is an array of excellent artifacts from our past, as well as displays and information outlining our history before colonization. So, Suva has something to offer everyone. It's rich in history with delightful surroundings, and it also offers a wide range of shopping and entertainment, and it's cosmopolitan enough without being too overcrowded for those who might be missing the city life. In all, it makes a great transition for the visitor who's come from the western side of the island and intends to visit the far north. Our next stop is the island of Vanuatu, Fiji's second largest island. The area that is of most interest to tourists is the town of Savu. Getting to Vanuatu is easy. There are domestic flights daily, or if you have the time, there is a regular ferry service. Savu is situated on one of Fiji's largest harbors. The town has a magnificent setting. Located on gorgeous Savu Bay with towering green mountains shrouded in mist for a backdrop, it consists of one main street about half a kilometer long facing the water. Life is slow in Savu, and as tourism is not the mainstay of the area, the residents are particularly friendly and interested in visitors. In the same vein, Vanuatu offers the guest an ideal opportunity to observe relatively untarnished island life. Compared to Vitilevu, there are few places to stay. There are few small resorts offering Bura-style accommodation which is located around Savu town. In the town itself, there is a large modern hotel offering comfortable accommodation. Apart from the regular activities offered by the resorts, there is really little to do except to slow down and relax the Pacific way. The scenery is quite magnificent, and the best way to see that is to hire a taxi and a driver for a couple of hours and just enjoy the view. Just next to Vunulevu is Fiji's third largest island called Taveuni. Taveuni is known as the Garden Island and is the home to Fiji's national flower, the Tangimolia. The primary attraction here is the landscape. There are acres of virgin rainforests for the serious trekker, a rare array of flora and fauna, 2 waterfalls and a legendary lake. Choice of accommodation is limited, but what there is excellent. There is a hotel and a resort which both offer splendid accommodation in beautiful surroundings, and there are guest houses and camping sites for those seeking a Spartan vacation. Aside from the scenery, Taveuni is famous for scuba diving and snorkeling. This area is rated as one of the best dive spots in the world. For the serious diver, Taveuni has a professional dive resort which is well equipped and offers excellent accommodation. So if it's adventure you're looking for, Taveuni certainly has something to offer you. The song you can hear is our Fijian ballad of farewell. The song is called Isalei, and it tells of friendship and a common bond. In this case, a friendship and bond which have developed between vastly different races and cultures. The song is tinged with sadness, sadness born of the thought of leaving, yet it carries with it the promises of tomorrow. Above all, it carries with it the sincerity and deep sentiment of the Fijian people and an everlasting memory of these enchanted islands.
Sana